Hey guys, it's Max here. Today, we got a VOD review for my stream, twitch.tv/collegiate esports cc. If you enjoyed the video, it'd mean the world to me if you took a second to like and subscribe. And if you'd like to see updates on more videos like this, go follow my Twitter, twitter.com/esportscourses. Thanks guys, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. Hope you enjoy. Before we get started, what's your, I just want to know a little about your, Valorant experience, how long you've been playing, and, just how much, and kind of, your rank and stuff like that.
So, I've basically been in gold and, upper gold, and I can usually just sit there and play. But my friend gave me his account to play with on Diamond because he wanted it to be D-ranked. But I've just been winning on it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not, crazy fragger, but, I know the game pretty well to not go, one in every game.
Yeah.
So I'm playing in D2 right now, and I played probably for 5 months in total.
Okay, sure. And then so what is your main agent? Do you have an agent pool, or
Usually I play Sky, or I'll just fill for smokes.
Okay. Cool. Well, I mean, as long as, so I usually recommend people learn two main agents of the same pool, and then a filler. So it seems like that's what you have is kind of fun.
Yeah. I usually play Sky, Astra, or Omen. And then I can fill for Killjoy or Cypher.
Yeah.
I know basic setups.
Okay. Well, cool. That's interesting. An interesting situation with the rank thing. I've never heard of something like that.
Yeah.
But cool. Okay, so in that case, I'm sharing my screen. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. In that case, I'm good to we'll just get right into it, I guess.
All right.
All right. Omen on split. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing I need to work on the most is probably because I never played CS:GO or any kind of shooter like this, so it's my angles are really bad and how I take gunfights.
I see. So you would say you need to work on mechanical stuff as much as
Yeah.
Okay.
But my aim's not the best either. But I played Overwatch for almost every day for 8 hours, 9 hours a day.
Oh wow.
So my aim, yeah.
Okay.
But my game sense is kind of there. I'm just an all-around weird. I'm an enigma.
Okay. Well, the one thing I would say, so I like that your team is pushing together. By the way, I can already tell this high only account guy. I haven't seen him in the chat. I would just fucking mute this guy.
Oh yeah.
I'll just comment quick on toxicity and shit like that. Is I don't know if you're a toxic player, but
No.
I basically just if anyone says something to you, dude, just mute and move on, right? Because you're probably never gonna play with them again ever, so there's no point in arguing. So this guy's talking and the game hasn't even started, so I just mute. Anyways, that's kind of a separate thing. And then here, kind of just I guess this is along the lines of utility usage. So you have a smoke, right? And you guys are pushing now, so it's you kind of want to try and get that off, so maybe smoking stairs here would be good, and that way it makes the jet make the decision of running out of the smoke. She's probably gonna die, or leaving it, and that other guy dies. And your team traded the kills, so that's not the worst, but
wait, she'll stop.
Okay, we don't watch this. just win that. Yeah, I don't. So the one thing I will say is I don't that smoke there. I'd probably just go with the smoke CT instead, right? Because you don't want to give them any chance to like do some dumb like hide in the smoke thing
Yeah,
and just
drop
like
down or something like that.
yeah, because just stuff like that is just like someone pops out with a shotgun like he's good for 3 and it's like fuck right. But so yeah, I would just smoke CT because whenever you're playing Omen, um, like when you're using your smokes, I always like smoking off half the site is never really a great idea just because you may be able to get bombed down, but like without site control, it makes it really easy for the enemy team to
For a
retake.
retake.
Yeah, exactly. So. And you're smoking. Some people, people when they're playing new Omen players like smoke out. I like to smoke are in a good positioning.
Reloading.
Going up with the dog. Two.
Player standing.
Hit on that bridge.
Spike down.
Okay, so, earlier in the round when you flash, I would try and just coordinate that with your team a little more, like with communication. Like all it takes is like, guys, you guys ready? Like I'm gonna flash. So like you're getting
I think I
quicker.
did there. I think I
Oh,
did.
okay.
I usually say like 3, 2, 1 or something.
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
cool. Well then also then in this situation, like this is another instance of like having a smoke open, a smoke up, and then like dying stairs. So like, unless your stage like walls it and you guys are splitting, it's probably good to smoke that.
I got you.
Or if you feel like you don't need to, or some other person on your team has like utility there, then smoking CT. Just basically using it.
Player standing.
Yeah, I think my mic is muted or like for the recording.
Blind in there.
I see. Oh yeah, I can see you talking.
It's in the fucking smoke.
Keep flanking. You watch Sears? I'm terrible. He's having a 117.
Last player standing.
I mean, yeah, not much I can comment on there.
Let's go.
Your team just kind of ran in and died.
Let's get these idiots. Even fight? That's fun.
Cover going out. Cover going out.
Hawk out.
Come on,
Blinded.
blind. There's a lot here.
Dude.
Blinded. Hawk out.
Here.
Blinded. Last player standing.
I don't.
Here.
Blinded. Last player standing.
I don't.
Spike down.
There's nothing
A.
really off with your positioning there. I was just hitting your shot.
Alert. I don't.
So I liked how earlier in the round you went and helped out and got that kill on the raise.
Blinded.
You're at 140, Sage.
I hate the sky ult, dude. Those were good. That was a good trade, and just being conscious, like people walking out of your smoke, and then also getting that kill vents. Let's see here.
He's flying through.
Found one. And last player standing. Found one.
I think I just have a problem with like crouching and then just spraying, like,
Yeah.
what do you call it? Panic spraying.
Right. Yeah.
Instead of
So
like
do you
strafing left and right.
do you always use the Vandal?
No, I use Phantom too.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, because in this, I feel like if you're like taking like crouching and spraying, um, the Phantom is probably better for that.
Mm.
But for like the Vandal, if you like tapping heads and stuff, maybe one thing you could try is going to a deathmatch, um, going to a deathmatch and unbinding your crouch key, and just you know what
right.
counter strafing is.
Yeah,
Yeah, and just practicing every kill is like counter strafing. You're just tapping, right? And like doing death matches like that. And then you when you go into game, you probably want to rebind your crouch key because you
right,
still
right.
will crouch just off habit, but it kind of like incorporates both of those because they're both good peaks. But just in some situations, you kind of don't want to be like just crouched in because it's easier for them to hit their shot.
Right.
Um, so maybe just practicing that with crouch unbound. At least for me, when I had done that a while ago, and I still just occasionally do it, and it's kind of like a good like, um, it's good to like bring
Practice.
that into your game, right? And
Right.
it forces you to practice then.
Last player.
Because yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with taking that fight, right? It's just hitting the shot.
Fuck, she won.
Shadows traveling. Stealing sight.
Reloading. Spike down A.
So I would just say it for that, like I guess just kind of um, the thing I would comment on earlier, the B push. There's nothing you can really do. I mean, if your team's holding defaults, if that I don't know what the call was there, but
They were like saying go A, so I was gonna go through sewers.
oh,
But
okay.
then they were like, wait, no, go B.
Yeah, that's kind of. I
'Cause-
mean, that's just kind of unlucky there. But I would say just maybe saving your omen, kind of getting better use out of your omen blind. Because that costs 400 points, and you didn't really get any value out of that, because people were slow. Your teammates were
slowed,
slowed.
yeah.
Yeah, and then the wall. Um, so maybe just saving that because it's a that ability can literally just change around.
Mm.
So let's do this. Your team won that round. That's nice.
I need this.
Can I get a drop? Thanks.
Wow, you're very generous. I would have made that guy buy me.
Get out of my way. Spike drop.
Cover go. I have the spike.
Reloading. Wrong buddy out. Reloading. Reloading.
Yeah, bomb.
I think I knew it was on spike here.
Yeah, and that's a good read. I was actually gonna say so. We've seen kind of like a pattern where you smoke tiles, sage walls, sage slows, and then they push. They push like the extremities. So like, I mean, you had the right idea here. You get a Phantom, you probably win that. So
Spike down
I think
A.
it's good to check that.
Jesus. Oh,
So I mean, I was just trying to think of like what to tell you with like, with like, cause you
So
died
which-
you basically died on a push like 2 rounds in a row now, And I don't know. I would just say like maybe the one thing it just within your own mind you can make the decision to like as long as your team's not like hard executing something to just hold deeper in A, like in this cubby, or in the same thing with like B. If your team is just pressuring mid, and you've seen the other teams, their pattern is to push, and you'll be able to catch on to that. Like some teams don't, and then in that case you don't have to worry about it. But now it's like I would start kind of just thinking about that. Right.
So should I have been there with the spike? Because they yelled at me for dropping spike in sewers, trying to kill the flank.
I mean, I don't know.
Hey, he didn't hold it, but
Yeah, I mean the thing is like you're in your team can't really get mad at you for that. Like the thing is, you're in a really safe spot still, right? You die sewers here with bomb. If you die like here with bomb in the open, like then they can get mad at you. But like, what are you supposed? You know what I mean? Like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Drop the bomb here and then walk, check it, and pick it back up? Like, there's not. I mean, that's just kind of. I see why they would get mad, just because people always get mad when spikes down. But like, I don't really think there's much you can do to like anticipate that.
I got the spike.
See, like they get mad about it, and then look how easy it was for them to get bomb back, right? So that's kind of something you just gotta like
Reloading.
tune out.
One enemy remaining.
Right, like if the team all died, trying to get bomb back, then it's justified, I'd say,
No charges
right? But
but they all made it back.
exactly, yeah, you guys win their own.
left. Reloading.
Okay.
Reloading. Right there.
Hop off, hop off.
So do you know what I'm about to say?
Omen's
What was that?
Omen smoke.
Yes, Omen smoke
Is there?
or see,
Saving the flash.
right? Yes, exactly. So yeah,
Hop off, hop off.
you seem really
There,
loves
why?
the B heavy push.
You're running with the bomb.
Spike
See,
down.
they can get mad at the bomb, at the guy dropping bomb there, right? So I would just, I'm seeing like kind of a pattern, right? Like with the way you use your abilities on Omen, and it's like you kind of do like the same thing every round. So smoking vent, pushing up, and then blinding, a little early, and then like
B.
not smoking the stairs thing.
Running there with the fucking bomb.
That's tragic.
Last player standing.
So I would just say for that, I mean, if you could just kind of consciously think about like every time you pull out your ability, like just kind of thinking is like, is this gonna be like, is this
Worth.
gonna be like, am I gonna get value out of this, or just being like kind of aware of like the surroundings. So like if they're slowed, wait on the blind. Obviously you know this stuff.
Yeah. It's just not something you think
Right.
of.
Yeah,
during the
exactly. So obviously you know this stuff, but then it's just something you don't think about when you're actually in game. So something you can do is like, I mean, just trying to create like a trigger in your brain basically to like break that like subconscious like just playing.
yeah.
So whether that be like when you're in a certain position, so like when you go into mail, it like triggers in your mind like, do I need to smoke something here, or should I use my blind? Just kind of try to like break that subconscious gameplay, because I mean, you know how it is too. Like when you're playing, you kind of just do shit like
You
without
use them,
thinking about it.
and yeah.
And once you can kind of break like those bad habits and build up like those good habits, and then be making the right decision subconsciously, is like when you're really gonna see like more improvement. And then again, like this is stuff you can like see, and even just rewatching your own gameplay, like you know this shit
Yeah.
like that I'm gonna say, right? So it's just like a matter of bringing that into your game. And like I said, like just creating. Look at this dude in fucking chat. Anyways,
You already fucked the bomb too.
What was I gonna
last
say?
round, what do you mean?
Yeah, just creating whatever you think that trigger can be that will trigger your like conscious thinking
Saving.
during the game.
I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
Reloading.
Shadows traveling.
See, but look at this. Look on the so. See what this guy just did. This is like basically holding a default, and she gets the pick as someone pushes A. Like that's just neat. And I commented on that earlier. Like, it's like you can be the one who's holding that, right? And that's a free kill, and then a lot of times a quick rotate too. Yeah, your team's kind of running in like apes.
Gun here.
Hawk out. Hunt.
Enemy spotted B.
Bottom ropes.
Here.
Box down. Last player. Spotted B.
Bottom ropes.
Here.
Box down. Last player.
I mean, you're kind of in a tough spot just because of the numbers
Here.
there. So was the idea there that you guys were gonna go heaven to B?
Yeah.
So in that case, where do you think you should have smoked here? Probably.
Yeah, probably.
If you guys were, I mean, I don't mind the like if you're calling to like take back vent control, which with that smoke and Skydog is like fine if you're trying to get like those guns or something. But just thinking ahead, if you plan to push that and then maybe smoking vent instead, and like then because in that case like you can just wait for like them to make a dumb decision. Like this Jet is feeling herself right now with 2 kills. Like the likelihood of her pushing out of the smoke and you getting like a free kill, something like that is like a lot greater.
Box down. Last player standing. Spike down mid. Spike drop.
Shadows traveling.
I got the spike.
I like this play should be free side for you guys.
Heaven flower.
See,
Spike down A.
like you know what I said like last round about the Jet pushing out of doing dumb shit like pushing out of a smoke. Like she gets one there, but like that's the same shit. You know what I mean? Like you can just like
You can
catch on to
predict
these
it.
players' patterns and like they do the same shit every round. You know what I mean? Like because they only have one play style, and if you can be like ready for that, that was good. 2 good kills by you.
Planet.
Cover going out.
Enemy spotted A. One enemy remaining.
Well, you guys won that one, but what do you think I'm gonna say?
Probably flash. Just saving it for a better
Yes.
time.
Yes. So earlier, your smoke comes up in a like this post plant thing. Like you're smoking on cooldown, right? And it didn't take you that long to smoke, but like, if I'm you, I smoke screens here and kind of force them to run out of that. You know what I mean? Like they don't have any flashes or anything. And then just playing this corner elbow off audio cues with your flash, because like as the bomb ticks down, they're gonna make like running sounds.
Yeah, the run.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading. Hawk out. Enemy spotted me.
but I guess before we go to that, so you had the smoke was just a little late because your jet died, you know, before, as it was like in the animation, you know what I mean? But that's the right smoke there. So if we look, you see how, so the raise is like taking control of that stairs thing, and you guys have already pushed past, so like in this case, like, so say if you set your trigger to be like, okay, once I get into mail, like I look down at my utility and think like if I have to use it, like you have 3 people here and there's no one peeking stairs, so like in that case you're fine. I think right here, right when you enter
Smoke should have
mail,
went out before they jumped
send
down.
the CT, yeah, send the CT smoke. And I like how you saved your flash.
Poke out. Poke
Planted.
Heaven, heaven.
Cover going out.
One enemy remaining.
Here.
Alright, and I don't have any complaints with that flash. Why do you think that is?
Oh, because it was for a trade.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
if the
so
raise dies.
if the raise, exactly. Yeah, if the raise dies, you're free to get the trade. The other raise is fucked and you get the trade. Exactly, yeah. You know this.
Switching.
Shadows traveling. Cover going out.
Spike down A.
Wait, retake with my flashes and my dog. They already walled off the gate here, I'll dog.
One enemy remaining.
One site, mine dollar.
He's flashed and stunned. Kill them, idiots.
Yeah, I have no complaints there. I mean, when he's behind that, you can just run at his ass.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was just fine.
Hello.
Hey, hello.
Here.
I'm gonna dog.
You can grab my Spectre. They're not even pushed out.
At this point, yeah, I tell your team,
Grab
like,
it.
rotate back.
No ammo.
And then when I make these comments about, like, communication, like, you obviously can't control your team, but, like,
They're in B heaven.
Spike
Kill
planted.
him. They're in.
Hey, we need someone on A.
They're in B.
so here what do you think, if you could replay this, what do you think you could do differently?
Just give me 1 second.
No problem.
Sorry. Well, probably pushing him
Mhm.
because you can hear him reload.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, we need someone.
Like, he's probably blind here,
Mm-hmm.
and if he's not,
They're in B.
he's reloading. Yeah, so,
heaven.
Spike.
I think I'm just used to Sky Flash, where like they can just turn away from it
yeah.
and then be out of the flash in like 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Kill
Yeah,
him.
so,
This is where you should run and gun.
Reload. Cardi.
Shadows traveling.
B main. A lot.
Cover going out.
Dogging up our stun. Walking. Doing.
Behind you.
Last
oof.
Doing.
Jeez, I mean, this is just kind of this is pretty awkward.
Because if I flash
I mean,
mid,
the
like,
fact that she gets that dink on you, right, is like pretty lucky. Yeah, yeah.
Dogging first then.
Blocking.
I mean, I guess in this, I think it wouldn't be bad to like either flash or just not at all. But like it's like kind of you're like halfway. You know what I mean? Like I know the hesitation is like I don't want to flash my teammates, but then like it's so either like just decide you're gonna flash and commit, or like don't even pull out the animation. You know what I mean? Because you might, if you just were standing here with your pistol out, you might even kill the Raze before she can.
right.
But then yeah, that's just I mean
Behind you.
the wall got in your way. Nothing. That's not. I mean, the thing is too. If even if you get that kill, you guys don't win the round, just because it's like eco and stuff, right? So that's not a huge deal.
Okay.
Shadows traveling. Cover going out.
Pushing TP, pushing
Stay in sight.
Spike down A.
Flashing.
Dude, what? He's elbow.
He's blind.
Elbow.
One
Omen.
enemy remaining. Enemy spotted.
Flash. Blind.
I don't have any. So I've been talking a lot about the Omen blind, and like that. In that case, I don't have complaints about that because you know the ciphers there. You probably hit him, and it probably just delayed him. Which like every time you flash, you don't have to like fucking flash 3 of them and kill all 3. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have
Right.
to be some like a lot of times on defense, if you delay them, then it's like worth. Right, so that guy's like sitting blind
Yeah.
back at a ramp while his teammates are dying on site. So I'd say that's worth it. And that was a good peek off the flash, obviously. Free kills.
Shadows traveling.
Ah, pushing. Couple here. At least 2.
Shadows traveling.
Couple there. No, not yet.
Could be A or Jet.
Could be. There's at least 2 there though.
Grounded.
Okay.
Could be on site.
Raise,
On the full
raise,
screen.
raise and save for a minute. I'm hiding CT.
I know it. I know exactly.
I'm trying to look at your movement here. Yeah, so
Exactly.
I mean I guess it's just a kind of a whiff for like bad timing on the. So that I mean that's just like that's just mechanics.
30 seconds left.
Pull cat.
Something man.
Cover going out.
Walking in.
Fire in the hole.
Is Reyna here? Reyna's here. Watch your mid. Watch your mid.
Sun, back pillar, flashing, back pillar, flash.
He's fucking mid.
They're gonna run back A.
Here.
Try to delay. They're already CT, just listen.
Spike planted.
Cover going out.
On the wall.
One enemy remaining.
Stick it. Last one's heaven.
Nice shots.
One enemy remaining.
So early in the round, your blind. I feel like your blind was good.
Stick it.
The
last
jet
one's
was like
heaven.
fucking crouched in her smoke blind, probably pillar, and your team killed her. And then here, yeah, good smoke.
Going out.
Smoke. The only one comment I would make is I like to smoke A main, but
Do it
what was I gonna
earlier
say?
and so
Yeah,
you're not
or
peeking.
just walk out after it pops, because if
Mhm.
someone's holding that like with a vandal or something something dumb like an op and just one shots you, like you guys just lose their own. But
On the wall.
One enemy remaining.
I don't know what.
Stick
That was a
it.
weird
Last
smoke.
one's
deal.
heaven. Stick
Yeah,
it.
that was
Last one's
nice. Those
heaven.
were very nice shots.
Here. Shadows traveling. Cover going out.
All three taking that die.
Spike planted.
Okay, live, I hope.
I like how you've been playing this so far. By the way, no dumb play like running out of A heaven through a smoke, right? Where you're good for one maximum. As your team's like not there, right? So it's you played it well because you got off site, and like holding a lot of times if you're retaking A, holding heaven control, and then waiting for your team, is the play, which is exactly what you did. So let's see how this retake goes.
I'm gonna flash out heaven.
Blinded.
Backside.
Last player standing.
I mean that's just tough. So were they all three site?
Last player standing.
Yeah, two were
Yes,
sight.
Yes, two site. One.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
So. Yeah, I mean I didn't mind your blind there either. Like, cause you can drop and focus the guy. Hell,
I survived a
I
blizzard.
feel like I said.
the pillar guy
don't
can't peek
move
you. Or
faster.
billboard, I mean, can't peek you. You know the Omen one way for A main?
I don't.
You should learn it. It's on this corner here.
Mhm.
And it makes it really tough for them to just kind of
Yeah,
Kinda
because
push,
when I
'cause and then
smoke
you
when
can
I
just
smoke
play
main
outside
like
here.
that,
yeah.
'cause when I smoke main like that, they have a free cross to ramps.
Yeah. So, this one way in the corner is really good, and Omen's, and then they just play here, kind of sight. Because as long as you don't have someone like on your team that's really like adamant about playing A site, like if you have a killjoy or something that really loves A site, but otherwise I think that one way is really good. I always hate going against it. It's super annoying to push through. So, I would learn that.
Cover going out.
Post left.
Did you have?
Cover going out.
Did you have some sort of info that someone was ram?
I knew that he. I think.
Did you make a sound?
I think this is the kill. Yeah, I think he walked up. Because I knew he was there.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
You will not kill my ally.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's not. I guess not. Just if you don't pull out your knife, maybe you're good for one more. But at the same
Yeah,
time,
maybe.
yeah. So
You will not kill my allies.
Last player standing.
Shadows traveling.
it's such a horrible pick to give on your teammate.
105.
I know exactly where you are.
Cypher was still in their spawn.
Spike planted.
2 lurking.
Yeah, I mean they're just holding default, and you guys are pushing. Your teammates are pushing, which isn't entirely like that's not really your fault, but that
Resite.
sucks.
Enemy spotted B.
So yeah, I mean the best you can do is like tell them not to push. You can't guarantee they're gonna listen, but and I know I can't hear you, Mike. Maybe you did say that, but
One probably hell.
this is the round to win.
Cover going out. Cover going out.
Reloading.
Here.
He's not there.
Reloading. Spike down A.
Opping a main.
Down.
Why does he?
Spike down
I mean,
A.
your raise is a crackhead.
Opping a main.
I like to pushing out of the smoke there to help you. You guys are a really strong site, so it's good to. So if you're solo site, obviously pushing that is, or trying to help outside is a bad idea. But when you have so many people this side, it's always worth
Both
it.
there, both there, both A
Worth it
main.
to go 1 for 1, and then if your teammate trades you too.
Blinded.
What the fuck was that for?
One left. Left side man.
Pretty sure they
One
rushed.
enemy remaining.
One right side. Sewers now. Op.
Can you buy Sky? I want to have options
Thanks.
open next. Don't smoke.
Coming B. Can you break the drop? Can you break the butt? Can you break the butt?
Going out. Cover going out.
Main spot. Have to break my back.
Spike planted.
Full hell. Hell dead.
Enemy
Back
spotted.
side.
Reloading.
Elbow.
One enemy remaining.
Also an elbow. Someone's top.
Okay, not bad. I
you
liked
can,
the
grab,
retaking A main there.
Yeah.
You could, I mean, you could even maybe I'll rewind a little. You do have a smoke available, and you don't really have anywhere else to use it. Like when you pull out the dart, like back here, you maybe even can just smoke this shit.
Yeah,
you know what
just
I
so
mean?
he's not sitting.
'Cause then, yeah, if he's sitting, he could be sitting here or on that side, and that's just kind of tough to play. Also, you clear your angles, which is good.
Hell.
Enemy remaining.
Also an elbow. Someone's top. Mid. On
Nice.
it.
You get the
Point.
But yeah, put me in a gold lobby. I'm bottom fragging. 50%.
Really.
Mhm.
And sometimes,
Sometimes.
right, you're right. And a lot of, I hate if I ever smurf, I hate it. I really do because it's like so the play style of the players is just super different. So I guess if you can like kind of just realize that and like just be conscious of like what I was saying earlier, it's like just basically betting on people to make the dumb play all the time. You know?
I feel like I push more into people than holding angles and then pushing me.
Uh-huh.
And so like in gold, when I push people, it just doesn't work out good. It
Mhm.
just because I'm not like a super cracked aimer, so I can't carry myself out of gold.
Mhm. You haven't been doing this, which is good, but you can learn from your teammates, I guess, like how many times have they given like these
Yeah.
picks is like holding aggressive angles like this on defense, like peeking this B main, like unless you're like a
I
duelist.
jiggle those, shoot
Yeah.
off a shot, and then leave.
Yeah, exactly. But especially if you're like a duelist, it's safer. Like a jet dash can get you out of like the most crutch, but like worst positions basically. But like, um, I'm glad you're not doing this, but just like doing those, peeking those aggressive things on
Here.
defense.
They're in. They're in.
I mean, maybe the one thing I would say is like you kind of swung pretty close to the
Yeah, I was
angle.
gonna say tug the
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah, so swing that wider is like the one thing, but then also he hit his shot.
Doers. 40. One out.
Spike
Out that.
planted.
Feeling sight.
You guys just went here. Nice. Okay. So yeah, so I mean, there was no huge like standout. I mean, the one like kind of reoccurring thing that I noticed was just on attack. You kind of got into a pattern of using your abilities the same way every time and not getting the best value out of them. So so the way like I was talking about is like just trying to create like a trigger and see what works. See, it's just basically whatever works for you to create to basically break that subconscious like pattern.
So just to be aware in the game.
Yes. So, it's kind of what you're looking for is like a moment where you literally like stop and like think like you're thinking like you looked
Like you're aware of your thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
So yeah, and then just getting more value out of like your expensive because the Omen flash is so expensive, and then also like your smokes are so important to just get those down earlier would have helped out with a couple rounds there, stairs, and then that one round CT. On defense, I mean, no real. I mean, I didn't really have any huge complaints. The other thing is like just mechanically, working on your different peaking pat. So, obviously, I think everyone can work on crosshair placement. Like it's just something that you just have to just keep practicing through deathmatch and whatnot, and then working on incorporating different peaks. So like counter strafing more, and then with the Vandal, trying to go for more like taps. Right, you can. The nice thing is when you're counter strafing, you can kind of like. You can stop, tap, and then move again.
Yeah.
Right, and then tap again, and so like just kind of like you can keep moving if you're tapping as opposed to just like crouching and then the spray, relying on the Vandal spray. So do you do like Kovacs or anything?
No, I used to do aim labs, but now I just I'll sit in the training, do hard bots, and do like jet knives first, then Vandal, then Phantom, and kind of repeat that cycle for like 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll go into
Well,
a DM.
If you're interested, I'm like a huge believer in Kovacs, just in term like for kind of just improving your aim and then also just consistency. Like just like you're saying, like it's basically like instead of doing this thing in the practice tool, like there's like you can do a specific Kovacs routine, and I don't personally like doing it for warming up, just because it kind of like it actually fatigues my aim quite a bit, so I like doing it.
I get fatigued very easily.
Yeah,
like when
exactly.
I'm playing.
So that's a lot. A lot of people like over warm up. So like what I kind of like to do is either when I wake up or like right before I go to bed, just do the Kovacs basically.
So you don't you don't aim train to warm up. You do it for like
No.
actually training.
Right. Basically, yeah. So for example, like I play just 2 death matches, 1 or 2 death matches until I feel good before actually playing competitive, and then like maybe before I go to bed, I do a couple more death matches and then Kovacs. You know what I mean? Just like at the end of your day. I don't mean like literally right before you go to bed, but just
Yeah, I know what you mean.
or if it works better with your schedule, like kind of just doing it right when you wake up, and then when your aim really just feels like shit, and then like taking a break, and then just doing like 1 or 2 DMs before you go into game. It doesn't
Wake
ever
up,
have to be anything crazy.
Wake up, do aim training, go eat, and then come back death matches.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I can if you're interested. I mean, Kovacs is really helpful, and I would say like for everyone. I mean, everyone can work on their aim.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like really swear like against it. So, you know, I'll just send you over a document with the routine that I do if you're interested.
Sure.
You want to get into that, and then just like what I was just saying about like kind of having a consistent practice routine, because like that's kind of the most important thing for improvement is consistency. Is just doing the same thing every day. So yeah, and then I can I already have some stuff written down of basically what I just said, but also send that over just the notes of things you could improve upon, and yeah, so I recommend just like trying to do what I said, basically tap into your subconscious during game by using kind of whatever trigger you want to set, and then like basically there's like multiple things we talked about, and it can be kind of overwhelming if you try to bring them all into your game at once.
Right.
So focusing on just one thing every day, like before you play, you should just be like, in my comp games today, I'm gonna focus on getting better value out of my utility, for example. Yeah, and then you really focus on that solely for that day, and then kind of evaluate yourself, like how did I do, and then move on from there. Basically, give that more attention or move on to something else.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of going through yourself and you realize a lot of your mistakes too is that just rewatching. If you ever feel stuck or don't know what else if you ever think like I wonder what I could improve upon, just watch your VOD and you'll probably be able to even figure a lot of stuff out yourself.
Right.
I mean, today even you knew when I asked you, you had the answers. So
Yeah, usually when I watch over my VODs, I'm like, wow, that looks so stupid. What were I doing?
Right. Yeah. So that's another really helpful thing. So, anyways, yeah. So do you have any other like questions or things like that?
No, not really, man.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll send you over the doc that I was talking about. And if you ever need anything, like just have any questions or also to learn like just niche stuff with like your agent's abilities, like for example that Omen one-way smoke, just stuff like that can really make it a lot easier on like defense,
Right.
for example. So anyway, other than that, yeah, I'll send you over the doc, and if you ever need anything, dude, just like
Of course,
message
man.
me on Discord or whatever. So
Best VOD video I've ever had. It's my first one, so.
well, hey, I'm
Yeah,
setting the
better
bar
than the
high.
ones when I'm streaming on Discord to my friends and they just yell at me.
Yeah, yeah, your friend. I'm sure they're experts in their own right. So.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
All
right,
right.
man.
Well, see you. Thanks, man.
See you, man. Thank you.
Hope this was helpful.
It was.
And that's all for the video today, guys. I hope you learned something to help improve your own game. If you made it all the way here to the end of the video, you're the best, and thank you for that. And if you'd like to receive your own one-on-one coaching session from me, go visit my website or join my Discord, both linked down below. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.